All right, guys, welcome into today's video. We're here to talk about metamaterials mainly. And I get this question all the time, so I figured we would just kind of brief on it in today's video. So they're like, Terry, why is metamaterials going down? I've been bag holding for over a year and the stock hasn't moved. What is going on? Is metamaterials a bad company? Why is the stock not moving? Is it George's fault? Is it the management team at metamaterials' fault? And I'm going to give you a straight answer for that. No, it is no one's fault. There is people to blame, but it's not at metamaterials. And I'll let you think about that one. But we know who's truly to blame. Let's just say the office is to blame for the current market conditions. Now, going here, taking a look. I'm going to deactivate the camera for this. This is today's S&P 500 heat map. Do you see all the red on this, guys? There's barely any green. I mean, it is a bloodbath out there. Look at the technology here. Look at all the infrastructure here down. Boom. Everything's down 2% to 7%. Adobe down 7% today. I mean, Microsoft down 4.5%. Microsoft 4.5%. Check this out. Look at a semiconductor, guys. That's what we are technically at. Metamaterials is a semiconductor. You got NVIDIA down almost 6% today. And taking a look at Intel is down 2%. AMD down 4%. Qualcomm here is down 2.5%. So you can see, going over here to communications, Google down 3%. Meta, which is Facebook, down 4.5%. We got Twitter down 1.39%. Over here, you can see, look at these stocks getting destroyed. Communications, entertainment. Go down here and take a look at Apple, down almost 4% today. And go down here and look at the financials here, guys. This is crazy. Look at the financials. Visa down 3.2%. MasterCard 4%. PayPal down. PayPal now is down to $79.30. Could you imagine that? Crazy. Let's take a look at the other one. Look at the banks. Even banks are down like 2 to 5%, almost 6% for banks, guys. Look at the banks here, down almost 6%. Everything is just down. And you may be wondering, what is the reason for that? Even over here, oil and gas is down like 1%. Oil and gas is actually kind of green. There's 50-50. Some are green, some are red in the oil and gas sector, actually, which is kind of nice because, you know, we want that MMTLP to pay out good. But this, looking at this general heat map and hovering over these industries, I mean, look at that there. Industrial, special industrial machinery. Every single stock is down. There isn't a single positive stock on that list. That is insane. That large list of stock, the whole sector is down. The whole S&P 500 is down. And this is what came out today, guys. This is your reason of why metamaterials is doing bad. Because the economy we're in, that's right. We printed too much money. That's the only way to sum it up. We gave out too much free stimulus. And I'm talking to child tax credits. We got those stimulus checks. You got all this free money pumped into the system. And people was going out and buying and spending, which was good, but it happened too much. And now you got this inflation hitting because people had to get more employees. The companies had to order more supplies. And now inflation hits a 40-year high as CPI rises to 8.6% in May. That is why you can see here the prices accelerated in May as the fastest rate since 1981 as Americans grapple with the surge of cost of gas, food, and shelter. This is insane. So you can see last month in April, we were at 8.3%. Economists were expecting 8.3%, but unfortunately, we hit 8.6%. And that's why the markets today sold off. Here you can see they got this chart from back to 1970 up through today. And CPI unexpectedly accelerates, jumping by most since 1981. That is insane. Look at this spike here. That is not a good spike. We want our stocks to do that, but we do not want the CPI data and inflation to do that. We do not want that to happen. So I'm going to go down here to this chart they got and where inflation is and isn't. This is a 12-month change in price. Look at gasoline here, guys. Gasoline is up 48.7% year over year. So that's why our gas is like $5 here in the United States. Airfare is up 37%. Your transportation's up 19%. Your hotel rooms is up 19%. Your household energies is up 19%. Used vehicles is 16%. Your furniture is 12%, vehicles 12%. Your food at your home is 11%, almost 12%, you could say. Overall inflation is 8.6. This is the average of all these different categories they got. Now, there's probably a couple other ones, but these are the main ones here. Pet and pet products, 8.3%. Food at restaurants, 7.5%. Housing, 6.9%. Your appliances, 6.4%. Personal care, almost 6%. Your rent, 5.2%. Your clothing, 5%. Guys, sit there and think about this. The average yearly raise at a job, you get that yearly review, and you get that increase in your pay. Anywhere from 2 to 5% is probably an average. And you're talking now, last month was an 8.3% month over month jump, and this month was an 8.6. So people's wages just isn't keeping up, and that is freaking the market out, because you got places like Target, Walmart, they're all out there saying, we got too much inventory. We're going to start knocking down prices. They're already lowering guidance for future quarters. So 2022 is going to be a rough year. So what I want to say is, know what you hold, guys. This will fix itself. It's just going to take a while. I don't think it's going to fix itself here in 2022. It has a chance in 2023, but probably by 2024 is when we're probably going to be out of this mess. Now, we do have two key catalysts for metamaterials I preach about in this channel that could give it a short-term rally. Number one, that special dividend of MMTLP. That's right. We get that special dividend, people get all that extra money, and they buy back in at metamaterials, setting at $1.50. That is a gift. I would love for metamaterials to stay here at $1.50 or even go lower, because once I get that special dividend, I'm going to be able to snag up more shares, and we're going to squeeze the heck out of metamaterials. That is the plan. The second catalyst is the GlucoWise. That's right, GlucoWise. You know stocks run on FDA approvals. If we get an FDA approval for the GlucoWise, metamaterials will run, guaranteed. All right, so here you can see we were down 3.5% today. We did gain back a third of it today. The volume's pretty light. Now, at the recording of this video, our average volume trade is 4.4 million, and we only traded 2 million, guys. So light volume today. Here at MMTLP was actually up 2.5%. Average volume for MMTLP is 396,000, and we traded 231,000. Taking a look at the crude oil prices, WTI crude is at $120.70. Brent crude, $122. Natural gas, $8.85. So, go on here, take a look here at the Fintel. Short interest came back down on the days to cover. We're now sitting at 15.88. This was like 17 the other day, but we're still 3 weeks to cover. That's a long time. Short squeeze score is a 72.67, ranked 1,141 out of 5,400 stocks. We covered all these details of why this changed, and it's basically taking the outstanding shares, comparing it to the available shares to be short on the free float. And it's a nice feature to get that adjusted correctly. Short shares available. This is one that I found very interesting because, guys, we've been covering the Fintel for a long time. I have never seen this many shares back and forth in a day, and I couldn't tell you how long. I honestly don't know. I think in last night's video, I think we had the 80,000, I think it was. And here you can see it went up from 80,000 to 850,000. Then it went up to 1 million. Then back down, someone took 50,000 shares. Then someone returned another 250,000 shares. Then someone borrowed 500,000 shares. And then someone borrowed another 150,000 shares. So, very interesting, wild day on the, here you can see. This table shows a number of shares of MMAT available to be shorted at a leading prime brokerage. It is not the total shares available to short, nor is it the short interest. So this here is basically a gauge of just one leading prime brokerage. Now, can you imagine if somehow we were able to get the total interaction with these brokerages and the shorts and the lending and all that? It'd be very interesting to see the numbers, because just look at this one brokerage, the amount of shares that are traded back and forth with the shorting, the lending, and returning and all that crap. So interesting to say the least. Highest numbers I've seen in a long while. Usually we're down anywhere 50,000 and less. Sometimes you may hit 100,000, but pretty rare. The short borrower fee is still hanging up there. We're sitting at 37.72. And our FINRA short volume ratio is at 55.51. Wow, they got that updated already. Way to go, Fintel. And we do not have the aggregate short volume ratio, but you can see yesterday, 72%. So, yeah, guys, there it is. Hope you all enjoyed today's video. That's my opinion why metamaterials stock will not run. Look at the map. The map does not lie. Everything is red. I mean, you can see our oil and gas kind of hung in there. We only were down break even, maybe lose 1 or 2%, to where a lot of these stocks are anywhere from 2% to 8 to 10% down. And this is just the S&P 500 heat map. So, like I said, interesting stuff here. Go to finwiz.com and you can just type in Google stock market heat map, and it'll pull this up, and you can check this out yourself and just hover over all the different categories, and it'll list the stocks in the categories, and you will see all the red out there. It's not just metamaterials, guys. So that's what I want to point out to you. The company's doing fantastic. George has put out great PR here recently with the PG deal. So there's just great things coming. The market just don't care right now. They just do not care. So you got big dogs here getting beat up. We're definitely going to get beat up. So hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and I'll catch you on next video, guys. Peace.